Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We're coming to you from the Villages Regional Hospital. It's up here in the northern part of Spanish Springs. We've been wanting to do a video on
Healthcare.
healthcare and the hospitals and the doctors and urgent care centers and whatnot, and we kept putting it off, and now it looks like we got a perfect opportunity to do it. Linda's had an episode, and she's been in the hospital for 3 days and 3 nights, and hopefully she's going to go home today. And when we get home, we're going to finish up this blog and kind of tell you about healthcare in the villages as we know it.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. I told you that when we got back from our hospital experience, we would give you a video kind of detailing the hospital and the care we received here in the villages, and that Linda would join me. We've had lots and lots of emails and text messages wondering how Linda's doing, and we really appreciate that. Your care has been really, really nice and appreciated, especially by Linda. I know these videos, they were okay without her, but, you know, it's not the same. You know, it's kind of like, would you go watch Sonny if Cher wasn't with him? Or would you listen to the Captain and Tennille without Tennille? No. I feel like Richard Carpenter, you know, the guy in the Carpenter's Act. You know, it's not really very good without her. So here she is.
Hi, everybody. I'm back.
She's not 100%. She looks good, though, right?
Have I ever been 100%?
But she's feeling better. She's getting better every day. I'm going to tell you what happened without too great a detail. She collapsed at home. Why don't you tell it?
Well, on July 3rd, I was walking through the bedroom and coming out to throw garbage away. And lights got dark and I went down. Saw my arm just swinging like a rope and did not know what that was all about. That was very crazy. So Jerry rushed me to the hospital, and they discovered after lots of tests that I had two small strokes. But I'm great now and not totally recovered, but you want to tell the next part, what we have to do?
Well, that initial experience was bad, and I'm going to kind of detail what we should have done differently for you once that happened. We didn't do our due diligence and have a hospital picked out and a doctor picked out and an urgent care center or emergency room picked out before this happened. So when she went down, and so we ended up just taking her to the closest hospital. And that was the suggestion that the insurance company gave on the phone. The dilemma is, if you don't select your hospital ahead of time, they may or may not be in your network. In our case, if the hospital is not in my network, our network, we pay 60% of the cost. If it is in network, we only pay 10%. Only. And we found out this hospital was not in network. So since it was life-threatening, the hospital admitted her as an in-network patient. So we appreciated that very much. So she's in the hospital 3 nights, 4 days. Over the 4th of July, got very little care during the 4th of July because people were on holiday.
Yeah, skeleton crew.
Right. But the bills just are adding up. So if we weren't, from that stay, and I'm not complaining about the money because her health is obviously the most important thing. If we had paid out of our own pocket without insurance, that 4-day hospital stay was $55,000. And I'm sure we're going to get more bills from the people that read the MRIs and the x-rays and this and that. $55,000. Now, luckily, our insurance has a cap on it, so you can only pay a certain amount per year. So we're going to be the max, whatever that is. But make sure that you know what your insurance is, what it covers, and where you'd go. I still don't know really what would happen if it was just a broken arm or a broken leg, or maybe you had an asthma attack or something like that. She doesn't have asthma. I'm just throwing that example. But
well, that could be life-threatening too.
So those are things to research. You know, I wish we had, but I think we've got a pretty good handle on it now. Not many hospitals around here take our insurance
because we're under 65 and we're not on the Medicare system yet.
No, we're not on Medicare, and after when we get there, we'll have to do the research all over again, make sure we know what's covered. If you have the Nextdoor app, which we do since we live here already, I think you have to live here and have an address here before you get it. Or you look at Talk of the Villages, you're going to find a lot of comments about the health care in the villages. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's very easy to find negative comments about the health care here. Of course, I think people that are negative tend to write more comments than people that are positive. But I'll let her talk as to her experience here at the Villages Regional Medical Center. And we visited 3 doctors since then, and she can tell you what she thinks of the care she received.
Well, the moment he took me to the hospital, he drove me up to the emergency entrance, and he got me into the room, sat me down in a chair, I wobbled into a chair, and then they picked me up and then got me back and started working on me. So they were pretty fast. I was very impressed with that. And then they kind of did all kinds of tests, and then they had me in an observation room for probably about 5 hours. That was kind of crazy. But then they admitted me. But, man, doctors coming in, all kinds of specialists. So it was pretty good. I was impressed with that.
From the standpoint of the person watching it all happen, I know she doesn't even remember all of it.
No.
I have seldom dealt with such complete work. I mean, these doctors were very, very thorough with her and patient, and took a lot of time, especially the doctors in the hospital.
They're called hospitalists.
Yeah, it was a good. We had really good care there. Now, 4th of July, like she said, there weren't many people around. She didn't see much in the way of doctors. She had a couple of tests run, but overall, the doctors have been very thorough, very friendly. A couple of them have pretty strong accents and are a little bit difficult to understand.
Need an interpreter.
I felt like that from what I saw, I was impressed and pleased with the doctors.
I was too. Yeah.
So what's next for her? Well, the news is good that she regained everything. She's just as smart as she's ever been. She will not be able to play the guitar.
No, not yet.
But she never could play the guitar. But they found a hole in her heart. So she has to have a procedure next Monday.
Keep me in your prayers, please.
And they're going to take her in and put a plug in her heart. And it's not a simple procedure, but it's hopefully going to be an outpatient procedure.
Yeah, wow.
Where they'll do it much like they do in a cath lab when they do a, what is it called? Put stents in or do an angioplasty. Is that it?
I don't remember.
Anyway, yeah. But anyway, it's coming up next Monday. So she's still got a serious procedure, but everything's looking good for her. And again, thanks for all the cards, letters. It's just been amazing. There's somebody calling on the phone now to wish her well. This Gizzy. So that's going to do it for today, and we'll keep you posted next week after she has her procedure. Till then.
Thank you all for thinking about me. Appreciate it.
See you when you get here.